One of the first sort of things I did after you sent me the spoon theory, I decided to sort of figure out what my spoons were and how many certain things took. And do you know what? For me, one of the biggest spoon using activities for me is washing my hair. It's one of the most difficult things for me. So I now have my way of navigating that, and that is I wash my hair on a day that I don't have work the next day.
Great idea.
So on a Friday or a Saturday evening, that's when it gets done. Because then I can spend the whole next day being like, I don't have to worry about a thing.
Yeah. Welcome to the Slut Drops Hurt podcast with me, Maisie.
And me, Beth. We are two fibro warriors intent on sharing perspectives and stories with the chronic illness community.
Expect real talk with a dash of humour thrown in as me and my favourite fibro friend tackle a range of topics.
Slut Drops Hurt. Yes, a rather cheeky name. It comes from our common realisation that as two divas with chronic illness, slut dropping in the club is way more challenging for us, as are many more things in life.
We hope by sharing our experiences with some of you, we can contribute positively to our Spoonie community.
This is part 2, in which we talk about our pacing advice and we explore our fibro kits which help us through everyday life.
Do you have any advice for pacing in general for our listeners? If someone has a chronic illness or disability that requires them to pace their energy, do you have any advice, Beth?
Well, I would say that sort of everybody's journey is completely different. Therefore, learning your own sort of boundaries and limitations is different. And I know that for a lot of illnesses, those boundaries are different every single day. So I think the biggest piece of advice I could give somebody in terms of pacing is kind of pack for as if it was your worst day. So bring your kit, bring your aid, even if you don't need them. Bring them anyway, because you just never know what's going to be that tipping point, and it can come out of nowhere for no reason sometimes.
Yeah, that's a really good tip. 100%.
What about you? What would be your tip?
Have patience with yourself, especially if you're still trying to work it out. Our version of pacing, me and Beth, although we have the same condition, we have completely different ways we approach our lives because we're still different individuals. You have different hobbies to I do, and vice versa. So we have an understanding, but we have different ways we do our lives as well. So my point there is, if it's not working for you, don't worry yet. You're just trying to find out how you do your life. And that's what you've got to learn to pace around. Don't compare yourself to others. You know, you might see similarities in other people with what you have or chronic illnesses, but don't strive to be like them. Take inspiration from them and apply it to your life. Is one of my key bits of advice. And the other,
I think that's an important piece.
Yeah, it really is, because like I did it a lot in the beginning, because I would just read. Well, I actually would only just read, because again, a long time ago, I know we go over this every podcast. I would just read like NHS advice or from actually Fibromyalgia Action UK advice, because I hadn't found many online sources yet. So I was being really hard on myself in the beginning, because I was like, but one yoga session a week doesn't work for me. Why is this not doing anything for me? It's not helping. And actually,
why is none of this
was not good for my life. Yeah. And that wasn't good for my life, because also my life is has these other things that I need to do in it. So now it's job, it's cooking, it's feeding my cat, it's commuting normally, it's catching up with friends. They're also parts of my life. Everyone has different things to do in their life, so I have to work out how I do those things, and how I pace around them. So it's going to look different for everyone, is what I'm trying to say in this long-winded answer.
And be patient whilst you figure it out.
Yes. And the other bit with the patience, keep a diary. Doesn't have to be every day. Just even if you note down 5 bullet points a day, and you can start to notice trends and things that make you more tired or need more of you. And then eventually you can go, okay, so for example, let's do it with an example. Going swimming. And I like to swim, as you know. But going swimming, I used to try and do that a lot more than once a month. I realized after putting it down in my diary, my little book, I was like, okay, my days afterwards, after swimming, are really tough. So I can't put something really strenuous after the day I swim, because I've used up a lot of energy there. It's not good pacing. And then I realized, well, I don't need to even go once a week or whatever. I'll go once a month. And then it's still loosening up the body. It's still loosening up stiffness. And I did see an improvement in my mental and physical health. I wasn't holding myself to an unrealistic standard. So it does help if you can find the time
Definitely
to note it down.
No, do you know what? That's a really brilliant piece of advice, because that's actually one of the first sort of things I did after you sent me the spoon theory. I decided to sort of figure out what my spoons were and how many certain things took. And do you know what? For me, one of the biggest spoon using activities for me is washing my hair. It's one of the most difficult things for me. So I now have my way of navigating that, and that is I wash my hair on a day that I don't have work the next day.
Great idea.
So on a Friday or a Saturday evening, that's when it gets done, because then I can spend the whole next day being like, I don't have to worry about a thing.
Yeah. And that's perfect. Yeah, exactly how you described it. I also hate washing my hair. I sometimes have gone a week without washing my hair, which is terrible.
I've gone way longer than that, honey.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
it's Spoonie Life.
Spoonie Life, it really is. And this is the other thing: forgive yourself when you don't achieve all those little bits in a day. If you manage to brush your teeth but not shower, don't worry. Really don't. That's
it's
Spoonie
really
Life.
cool you managed to brush your teeth.
Yeah, that should be celebrated.
Yeah. Little wins as well.
Little wins.
Little ticks. Go, yeah, I'm bossing my Spoonie Life. Like, I'm doing great. So.
And if you're keeping a diary to track your spoons, make sure you note your wins and celebrate them at the end of the day.
Yes, otherwise it becomes a piece of paper with a lot of negativity on it, and that'll do something to you in the opposite direction. So
yes.
Yeah,
I remember the community's out there. All you got to do is #Spoonie.
100%.
People will find you.
They will find you, definitely. My other thing I was going to ask you, while we're here, what do you have in your Fibro kit? Because like you said, your kit helps you with your spoons and management. So I thought it might be fun to, oh look, you've got it there. I love it.
So it's actually a pencil case that I saw on a Facebook group, but I thought, oh my God, that is excellent, because they used this as their Fibro kit. And I thought that is brilliant, because it's got the little pen bits, right?
That's why
that's where all my roll-on oils go on.
Yeah.
And usually my painkillers go in here, but I had too many to fit in this bit, so they're now just in the pocket. And then I've got one of these little, once it touches the air, it becomes hot. So I stick that on my shoulders when need be. Got plasters because I get blisters really easily. Got another oil, a little pot. I've got normal ibuprofen, normal paracetamol, stronger ibuprofen, and I've got Nitol on the off chance that I end up staying at somebody else's house and I struggle to sleep. And then I've just got my inhalers.
That's great.
And that's my kit. my walking stick doesn't quite fit in here.
No, I know. But what's so nice about that, it is portable as well. So
yes,
I love the Nitol as well. That's a great idea.
That's just it's all for emergencies, you know, like I've got bigger versions of all of that stuff in my flat within arm's reach, but that one's just portable. It's not too heavy. It fits in any of my bags. Yeah, and it's almost like quite discreet. Like I could get away with like putting like sanitary products in that, and it's so discreet, and I'm like, cool. Like nobody's going to know unless they go rooting around in it, which would be extremely rude.
Yes. Should I go get mine?
Yeah, go
why
get
not?
it.
Well, we're sharing, so why not? Let me go.
Yeah, go grab it.
Okay. So I have mine. Mine is obviously the exact same pencil case as yours. Because it
was such a good idea. Right? Like this woman just posted it in that group, and I just thought, oh my God, that's just genius.
What I loved is then you were like, I found this and shared it to me, which I loved. So yeah.
Yeah.
So this is mine. I haven't used it as much as usual because I haven't been out.
Yeah, same. This is why mine's just sat on my desk next to me. There's been no need for it for the moment.
So if we see if I bring it down, I've got my roller balls in here.
Yes.
I did have 2 here, but I finished them. They need filling. And I still haven't found something for this yet, but I promise I will. What else have we got in here?
I cut up the paracetamol and ibuprofen into dosage.
That's a great idea.
Two paracetamol, 2 ibuprofen, and put a few of each in there.
I'm definitely going to do that. That's a great idea. I've got paracetamol in here at the moment. I have this is just in general. See, I've turned this as also into just my life. This is a compact, but in the compact is a brush.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a brush compact, but that's also if I haven't found time. I used to use this when I was commuting. If I didn't find time to really do my hair too much, I just used to do it on the train. Because
actually, that was something else that goes in my Fibro pack a lot. Is cleansing wipes.
Yeah, I've got
especially for when commuting and stuff. Yes, yeah.
Face wipes.
Exactly.
I have to have them because I feel disgusting, especially when I get a hot temperature sweat. And also when I'm applying oils, I don't like to go back to my work keyboard in the office with oily hands. So that's why I have that.
Yes.
What else is in here? Some plasters, because sometimes
gotta have the plasters. We blister.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And you blister so easily when they swell.
Yes, it's horrible. Another pot of pain deep heat oil from
very nice.
MCC. I've got my strong painkillers as well.
You gotta have them.
The back. I don't have my little Nitol tab in here, which means I've used it, so I need to replace it.
I've only got one left. This has reminded me that I need to go buy some more stuff.
This is my favorite gadget. Oh, I like this. It's like show and tell. This is my favorite gadget. I started using this in October. This is awesome. This is a portable heat hand warmer that I use. You can put it between your hands, like it's double-sided, and I used to have to commute from really drafty stations and wait for trains, so that would help keep my hands warm and stop aches. I see you've got your heat up gloves there as well.
Yes, I bought heat up mittens, and they're a bit inconvenient because they're wired, but my office is freezing first thing in the morning, and do you know what, so is my flat sometimes, and they literally just plug into your computer and they heat up.
That's it,
instantly.
That's what makes them perfect. Be able to charge on the go is so good too.
Yes.
So yeah,
tell you what, that's something everybody's got to have in their bag.
Recommend.
Warm your hands up.
Recommend whether you go for the gloves or the hand warmer. I got this from a Reynolds site actually, and someone was talking about their Reynolds, and then I found it linked through that, and I was like, perfect for Fibro. So yeah, find something to heat your hands up, pop it in your kit. That really helps. What else is in here? Some hand cream, because
of course
when we started doing Pandemic Life, the sanitizer makes your hands really crack. Yes, and I find that leads to more skin irritation anyway, so I just added that in. So it doesn't have to be just a Fibro kit, it can be a wellness kit.
Sure, I like that name for it, a wellness kit, so that you're just making sure that you're taking care of you throughout the day. Whatever your needs are, tailor it to you.
This is it. The last 2 things I've got in here, right? Some earplugs. For when,
but just in case you stay at someone's house or something.
If I stay at someone's house, or if I am in a place that's too noisy for me and I really want to block it out. So that's why I keep a pair of earplugs in here.
That's a really good idea. I hadn't even thought of noise sensitivity to put. Hadn't even thought about this before. Oh my goodness, that's such a good idea. I'm going to do that.
This is it. I did start using them in my office. Like I told people, I was like, I'm just doing this because I can't deal with like the music speakers and everything, but I don't want to disrupt your office environment. So I have this fix. Just tap me on the shoulder when you need me.
That's such a brilliant idea. I would. Because I always get noise sensitivity, and we've spoken about this before, where it feels like a fuzzy feeling in your forehead or something. I've never ever thought to wear earplugs. I'm gonna have to start doing that for the tube, because it's being underground.
It is good, yeah. Underground does it too, and like I did used to just use headphones, but it's not quite
It's not
blocking
quite
it
the
out.
same. Yeah, it's because you're just adding more noise, really.
They are brilliant on the tube, 100%. Like,
Ah, excellent.
so yeah. And then that was the last. Oh no, one last thing. It's just this little badge you bought me
Oh yeah,
that
yes.
I
Can
like
you
to
read it
carry
for
everywhere.
our
Because
lovely guests?
if it's not on my handbag, I like to have it on me, because when I was going to work, I didn't think I could put it on, because it says, "My illness is chronic, but my arse is iconic." So I keep
I love
that.
it.
I love it. So see, this is the epitome of Spoonie life, isn't it? Just like
It really is.
being prepared, and
Yes, yeah,
yeah,
it really is.
and just doing the best to make sure that you have enough spoons to spend in the best way possible when you look after yourself.
Yeah. And it
And I
takes a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
It's a lot of trial and error, but you will figure out what your spoonie pack should contain. And it may not even be any form of painkillers. It might just be that you need a little stress ball in it. I have
This
one of
is
those
it.
somewhere too.
I do. I had it's around this. Well, it's around my desk somewhere, which is currently covered in things I have to do. So I won't go rooting for it because a million folders of
I
work.
hear that.
But yeah, you will find your way around it. And the nice thing as well is that it can be quite a fun activity putting them together.
Do you know, I really enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed making this kit.
And it makes you feel so good because you're like, yeah, I've got everything I need. I can take on the world. Like,
Yes.
yeah. Also, you can turn this into a Fibro box. I have one of these by my bed as well. So I have all of this versions, just bigger, by my bed. And I have things like knitting in there. I have things to do when I'm having a down day and I'm bored. Books that I like to read with short poems in them. Some snacks. Yeah, just
Snacks.
things that I need. For example, it doesn't even have to be a flare day. When I come home and I'm like, I just don't want to get out of bed, but things to keep me entertained and happy and within an arm's reach, as well as all the meds and stuff I need. So yeah. Fibro box. It's pretty good.
Yes.
Spoonie Life. Spoonie Life. Love it.
Oh God, we're old hands at this now, aren't we?
Look at us being all experienced.
Yeah, it's a great safety net, especially if you're a bit nervous to, especially re-entering the world now that it's sort of opening back up. I know for me, it makes me feel just that little bit safer, a little bit less anxious and calmer, and it's just a great tool. And you know what? I don't even use it most days.
Yeah.
Most days I get by through my regular pacing.
Yeah.
But I think it's through the confidence of knowing that I have a safety blanket in my bag within arm's reach at all times. Yeah.
It's your fallback, yeah. And
exactly.
that's good pacing. Like
yeah.
You know.
That's just good sense.
Yeah. So I hope anyone that's listening to this, I hope either you've seen a bit of yourself in it, or you've picked up something that might help you, or you can adapt to help you with pacing through your days and bossing Spoonie life. And I hope we've provided with some analogies that if you're struggling to communicate to other people what your life is like right now, that you might be able to go away and look into a bit more and just be able to communicate how you're feeling and how your illness works, and be able to help others understand what you're going through. Because
and this is a great episode for you to show friends and family as well. If you really, really struggle to put it into words, or perhaps you just don't want to, and you don't have to. This is always just a good bit of background knowledge. Get everybody on the same page.
I'm pretty sure our random ramblings will help explain it.
I'm not sure what they'll take away from it, but it might help. But we do hope this has helped sort of break it down, especially for newly diagnosed or people waiting to be diagnosed. Hopefully this just gives you a little bit of guidance and a little bit of comfort, as well as maybe some advice, I hope.
And you don't have to be chronically ill to have a Spoonie pack. Like,
oh, you do not.
If you just really want to go out there and face the world and have things for, I don't know, anxiety or whatever you've got, or even if you're just feeling that you want to just be prepared in life and have some plasters on you, should you happen to have a plaster, need a blister or whatever, have a blister. No, foggy,
have a blister,
not coming out.
and need a plaster.
There you go. Have a blister, need a plaster. Look at that. Look at that. She knew
what you were
she
trying
knew.
to say.
And everyone else that has foggy moments will know what that was supposed to say.
But also I think that what you're trying to describe is what able-bodied people call a first aid kit.
Yeah. That's true. Take your first aid kit out with you. People. You'll never know when you need it.
It's true. You have no idea. You could fall down at any moment.
I hadn't thought about it like that. I've been just living with all this stuff in my bag for so long. I had also wondered why when people get hurt, I always go, oh, yeah, I've got something you can have. Because I always have it. Because it's me. Like,
it's literally just dawned on me that what we're carrying around is a first aid kit.
Brilliant.
Oh dear. I feel like we've just rambled at people for half an hour about these wonderful kits they can make, when in actual fact you can pop to Boots and buy an actual first aid kit for like £2.
Why don't go buy your first aid kit and then add things onto it?
Yeah,
great way.
Get yourself a cool pencil case, because that's what the cool kids do.
Let's be honest though, right? The first aid kit isn't as pretty, is it?
No. And it's not tailored, but just from what you were saying about making it a bit more sort of like for anything, I was like, people should just buy a normal first aid kit, then buy a pencil case and just throw it together.
I love it.
Oh God, that's just dawned on me how funny that is. I love it.
That's hilarious.
On that funny note, I think we should probably let people get on with their lives.
I think people should get on with their lives, and I definitely need a nap because I have come to the end of my spoons today, and I'm going off on foggy tangents that make no sense.
Yes, I've gone into the giggle state that is, I haven't slept enough.
If in doubt, carry a first aid kit.
Two totally different directions, but they both work.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear. But thank you guys so much for joining
us and our randomness.
We hope we explained.
If you know what, like, even if one person listens to this, I'm so happy because I just love recording these with you.
Yeah, it's so worth it for the belly laugh. It really is.
My goodness. Cool. All right. It's been fun. It's been really funny.
It's always a joy.
We're back next week talking about more wonderful fibro-y and chronic illness things. Yes.
Yes. Join us if you dare.
Join us if you dare. It's always going to be a giggle, at least.
Always. At least for us, anyway.
Yeah, at least for us.
Thanks for listening to the Slut Drops Hurt podcast.
We hope you join us for our next episode.
Connect with us for news on our latest podcast projects and much more. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and TikTok under the name Slut Drops Hurt.
For now, we are sending gentle hugs and wishing you all the spoons you need.